Hi, I'm Kimberly Fielding. I'm the founder and director at Honey Tree and Branches Academy here in Wichita, Kansas. My background is education. I have a bachelor's degree in elementary education, a certification in early childhood and second language instruction, and a master's degree in curriculum and instruction. I decided to create Honey Tree and Branches Academy in 2007. My thought was to provide the highest quality early childhood education possible by helping children to focus on growing both socially and academically. We've been doing that here now for several years. In 2010, we expanded Honey Tree Academy to include Branches Academy, our elementary. And then in 2017, we also decided to include middle school as well. Honey Tree and Branches Academy is a unique school. We are not just a child care or daycare center. Honey Tree is our early childhood school. It is licensed by the Kansas State Department of Health and Environment because we have children that are under the age of 5. However, our accreditation from the Kansas State Department of Education includes Honey Tree and our early childhood school. That means that my teachers here are licensed teachers with teaching degrees. Our teachers all have health and safety training and have background checks with fingerprinting, but they do have the education background as well. In our classrooms here, our 1 and 2-year-old teachers, I do ask for them to have an associate's degree in either early childhood or child development or elementary education. However, all of my teachers that are in a classroom with 3-year-olds or older do have teaching licenses and teaching degrees because we want our children to learn. We want them to learn socially, academically, and to be challenged. Current brain research shows that the brain develops most, at least 90% of that growth happens between birth and age 5. We want to optimize that growth time by providing as much enrichment for our children and input for them as we possibly can to help their brains develop. We want to make sure that we take advantage of that time. And if it catches on and soaks in, that's great. And if not, we're always reviewing curriculum. Now, in our 1-year-old rooms, we have what we call early learning fun. That means we provide the children with a 5-minute mini lesson and 10 minutes of free play, a 5-minute mini lesson and 10 minutes of free play. That's interspersed throughout the day with both indoor recess, outdoor recess, socialization time, snacks, lunch, nap time as well. And they also get to make sure that they have socialization time so that they're learning their manners and getting along with each other as well. Now, in our 2-year-old classrooms, we focus on a pre-K curriculum, and our 3 and 4-year-olds do more of a kindergarten curriculum. Don't let that worry you. It's very developmentally appropriate. They're hands-on activities, and they're up, down, singing and moving with manipulatives all the time. We have to keep them busy because they can't sit still for very long, but we do keep them engaged. Now, at Branches Academy, we do have kindergarten through 8th grade. We utilize a curriculum there in that building that encompasses both language arts, writing, math, and all the social sciences. We utilize STEAM in the classroom. That buzzword lately has been STEM. We actually call it STREAM: science, technology, reading, engineering, art, and math. And essentially we call that school because if you're doing school correctly, that's what's happening. Our class sizes at Honey Tree are based on ratios that are set by the Kansas State Department of Health and Environment. So in our toddler room, the ratio is 1 teacher for every 5 students. In the 2-year-old room, it's 1 to 7. And in our 3 and 4-year-old rooms, it's 1 to 12. At Branches Academy, our average class size is 12 students. We do cap our classes at 16. The purpose for that is because we want to make sure that we are providing the most individualized attention for our students and differentiation for our students. At Honey Tree, that differentiation occurs a few different ways. What we do at Honey Tree is one teacher is constantly teaching, or the 2 teachers are breaking the kids up into small groups and teaching the small groups. However, sometimes things can happen with little kids. They are fairly high maintenance at times, and so if something happens, one teacher can continue teaching while the other teacher can take care of a student's individual needs or call the office so that someone else can help and the teaching can continue in the classroom. Now, at Branches Academy, we want to make sure that we differentiate as well. Both buildings, we make sure that we assess the children every 9 weeks. We take that information and then we make tutoring and intervention groups for our students. Because if a child is low or if a child is high, we want to make sure that we have a teacher that can pull those students out and work with them in small intervention groups. At Honeytree, that happens with the second teacher. At Branches Academy, we have an interventions time in the afternoon so that the teachers can work with those children in smaller groups. However, all throughout the day in both buildings, we're constantly doing differentiation. We make sure that our children are in appropriate ability groups based on their abilities, and at other times they're in cooperative learning groups. So we have high, low, and middle children all mixed together. Now, at Branches Academy, we work also on making sure that children are in multi-age classrooms. If a child is in a chronological-based classroom, that's totally fine, but sometimes that's not what's right for all children. Sometimes a child is more advanced, both socially and academically, and they need to be moved up so that we can meet their needs a little bit better. If the teachers and the parents agree on that, then we do make sure that your child is moved up so that we can challenge them more appropriately. We also want to make sure that we are creating 21st century learners here at Honeytree and Branches Academy. Employers today are looking for employees who can work together with others and create projects and not just do menial tasks. What we do is we do project-based learning here. So our students at Branches Academy have the opportunity at least 4 times a year to either do project-based learning individually or with another group of students. These turn into big projects that the children then get to present both at the school, and we invite community members to come as well. It's a fantastic opportunity to see what our students are capable of, and it's impressive as well. Now, when you walk through our schools, you will notice that our students' behavior is different. They do wear uniforms. We're a uniform school. Our parents requested that years ago, and amazingly, it's helped the students to focus on academics more. They're not quite as focused on what their peers are wearing or who has the latest Disney clothes on, or maybe their clothes aren't quite as in style as someone else's. So the uniforms takes that out of the equation. What you will also not see, you will not see bullying or inappropriate behavior occurring here in the school. We focus on behavior and socialization just as much as we focus on academics. We want to have a healthy and safe environment for our students. We want them to be productive parts of society and contribute to society as well. And that includes the important comportment and the appropriate comportment in society. We would like to invite you for a tour of our schools. Come on out, walk through the building and look and see what our students and our staff are all like. Come look at our facility. Join us and see why Honeytree and Branches Academy is the best choice for your child. We will look forward to seeing you soon.
Wichita Moms, thank you for joining us for this year's Bloom event with Wichita Moms blog. Now, if you would like to enter in for our basket giveaway with Wichita Moms blog, our basket contains some children's board books as well as a certificate that is good for 1 free enrollment and your child's first week of tuition free. Good luck! If you would like to find out more about our academy, please visit honeytreeandbranchesacademy.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Honeytree Academy or Branches Academy.